people, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I know it has been such a long time since I sat in front of the camera and recorded and edited a video, but starting today that changes. Okay, today's video is going to be a college Q&A. I always receive so many questions about my experience, my opinion on this, like all these college questions, so I feel like this video is just going to be designated just for those. And yeah, just stay tuned for the rest of this video because it's gonna be a good one. If you're an incoming freshman, this is the video for you. Period. Before we get into this video, I want to give advice to the incoming college freshmen. Number one, stay true to yourself. Like, don't go into college trying to impress other people, changing your beliefs. Like, if you go into college not smoking, continue to not smoke. Don't feel pressured to go do something because other people are doing it. Like, you've been you all this time and it's gotten you this far, so don't feel the need to change that now. That's my one piece of advice. Two, don't go in trusting everyone because you're gonna be disappointed. Not everyone's your friend. Not everyone has the best intention at heart, and yeah, only you know your limits, so don't overwork yourself. Don't be, if you know you have an assignment due Saturday at 11:59, don't go out Friday knowing you don't have that paper done. So really just put your school responsibilities first, because at the end of the day, being a student comes first. Okay, you're paying to be there. You don't want to get kicked out after your second semester, after you're paying all these loans and shit. That's stupid. This is actually a big one because I've witnessed it myself. No shade to anyone, but don't go into college being all boy crazy. You want to know why? Because you're gonna get distracted and your entire freaking college experience is gonna be revolved around being someone's girlfriend. I'm not saying you can't go into college being in a relationship, you can't get into a relationship in college, but those are your years to live your life, to experience. You don't want someone trying to tell you you can't go to this party, because even if you're not a party person, a big part of college is the college parties. And I'm not saying that's like you gotta go out every weekend and this and the third, but you don't want someone dictating everything you can and can't do. So yeah, just be careful with the whole boy thing. If you're gonna be having any sexual relations, protection. Don't go to college catching anything. Don't go to college getting pregnant. Like, yeah, just be careful. So yeah, that is my advice. And now let's get into the video with these questions. So for this video, I'm gonna have my aunt in the background asking me questions instead of me just reading it off, because I get like distracted very easily. So she's gonna be asking me the questions, I'm gonna be answering them. So yeah, let's get into it.
How was the transition from high school to college?
Okay, so for me, I feel like what made my transition a lot easier, I had the opportunity to go away for the EOP summer program. I'm an EOP student, if you don't know. So that entire summer being on campus, getting to know campus resources, the campus itself, adjusting to being in a dorm room. I feel like once August 23rd came, I was set. Like, everyone was still adjusting and I was just like, I'm here, I'm ready to take over, because that 1 month just prepared me for so much. And also, the college the college atmosphere is way different from high school. The college work is way different. In high school, you could get away with doing the bare minimum, but once you get to college, no one's on top of you telling you that this assignment's due this. Like, if you miss a deadline, you miss the deadline. It goes in as a 0. Like, you're paying to be there, so do what you have to do. Like, that's my advice on that. But yeah, the transition wasn't that bad for me, but it's completely different. Like, you just have to prepare yourself just for a whole new experience, basically. Next question.
What's the worst things about college?
What's the worst things about college? The food. I mean, going away for college, the worst thing is definitely the food. Like, and also me going to school upstate, you don't have the same things that you have in the city. Like, you don't have the ox on the corner. There's no chopped cheese. There's no bacon, egg, and cheese. The most corner store you're gonna get is a gas station. And that's not the same thing. Like, the worst thing. Also, when you go away to college, you really realize a lot of people are raised completely different than you. Like, some people don't clean up after themselves, and it's just nasty. Like, with the bathroom situation, some girls are just nasty, and I just be like, who raised you? So I think that's definitely the worst thing. I can't think of anything else, so yeah.
Do you have any tips on making friends in school for college?
Yes. So the number one tip would be joining organizations. When you join organizations, you meet so many people, and the organization you guys join, that you guys have that interest in common, so that's already something to start talking about. And just putting yourself out there, don't leave yourself like, what's a good example? Like, don't closet yourself from everyone else, if that makes sense. Like, really put that effort to put yourself out there and get to know people. Like, I know it might be hard because some people are genuinely shy, but then that's gonna make your college experience miserable, because college is what makes college so good is your friends, low-key, because they make that experience freaking lit as hell. So yeah, that's my opinion. Join organizations.
This question is a little more personal. So how was your first year in college?
My first year, I feel like me a year ago and me now, like, I've grew so much. Like, it taught me responsibility. I went away to college and I really had that sense of responsibility. I matured a lot. I was always very mature, but I feel like I matured differently afterwards. My first semester, I wanted to adjust to the college, like, classes, the atmosphere or whatever, so I didn't want to get involved. And with me not getting involved, I became very down, because college became just going to classes and being in my room, and that makes it miserable. I wasn't going out to meet new people. So the first semester was pretty difficult in a way, not with work wise, just social life. Second semester, it got cut short because of COVID, but second semester really just gave me, like, I went into second semester with the idea of, like, I'm gonna join stuff because first semester sucked, and that's exactly what I did. Once I did that, I met a bunch of people from dance group, from the show I had started. So yeah, my first year was interesting. It was a learning experience, definitely.
Do you prefer going to college or online classes?
Going to college, I just feel like it makes the experience so much better. Like, especially now that I got to experience with Corona, I got to experience online classes. I know online classes is not for me. Like, I slacked so much when I was doing online classes. I'd rather just be in person, having the opportunity to go to the library and do my work, stuff like that.
Funniest story being in college?
Funniest story being in college. Well, this story time. Alright, so now we're gonna do a story time. The craziest experience being in college. I'm gonna say craziest rather than funny. So me and my friends, it was like a night, and we had classes. So it was a weeknight, whatever. And we had decided to go to a friend of ours at the time, her boyfriend's house off campus. So we took, this house was in the next town over from my school. So the Uber was about 10 minutes or so, like between 10 to 15 minutes. And we went around 9-10 o'clock, and we went, did whatever, had fun or whatever, And by the time, the situation with, like, going to college upstate, the Ubers aren't as, like, you don't have as many Ubers as you have here in New York. So in my head, once it hit like 12:30, between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, I was like, we should start going, because I'm not trying to get stuck here. I have class in the morning, and I knew we were gonna have trouble finding Uber. So what had happened was, our Uber driver that we had going was our Uber driver coming back. Y'all already know where this story's going, okay? So on our way there in the Uber, my friends are being weird. They're talking about, like, getting kidnapped and, like, serial killers. I'm like, yo, why are we talking about this in the Uber? Like, this is not the right time. But whatever. We get to our destination safely. So fast forward is around 1 in the morning, and we're trying to go back to campus. Our first Uber canceled on us, right? And then our next one confirmed. It was like 10 minutes away. Like, it took a while for the Uber to get there. The Uber driver that pulls up is the same Uber driver that we had before, Uber Aaron. So at this point, we're a little lit, so no one thinks anything of it. We're actually mad hyped to see him because he was cool on our way there. So we're like, oh shit, it's Uber Aaron, da da da, right? No, okay. We get inside, and I feel like we gave off that vibe that we were lit. For me, this entire experience, I was grateful that there were so many of us because I knew it would have turned out completely different if it was like 2 to 3 of us. But it was around like 4 to 5 of us in the Uber. So whatever, we get in the Uber and we drive off. We're driving for like 2 minutes and I'm in the middle of the back seat, so I see the GPS. So we're driving and I see that it says make a right. The Uber driver goes straight, right? So I'm like, this automatically, I'm like, it's the kidnapper for me. Like, I knew something was going left, right? So whatever, he keeps going and the GPS reroutes. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So then what happens? So we're driving and next thing I know, like, we're on a road and it's completely dark. Like, no cars surrounding us, nothing. So everyone, like, automatically, me and my friend Jelani were like, yo, like, we catch on. And then I had to tell my friend Diana next to me, like, look what's happening. He's not following the GPS. And I was really lit. So in the moment, I felt stuck. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we were going in circles for like 5 times and I felt us going in the circle, but I didn't process that we were going in the circle until I'm like, oh shit, I look at the GPS, right? So then right away, like, we're all scared. My roommate's in the front next to him and she's just like staring straight because all he had to do was go pow, and you know, it's over, like, whatever. And then my friend Carmita's next on the other side of the door is in La La Land. She had no idea what was going on. She's freaking laughing at her phone. I'm like, yo, if you have to jump out the car, you're gonna get left behind because you're not paying attention, right? Whatever. So once I saw that we were going in circles multiple times and like I just had a bad feeling, like I always trust those intuition feelings, like I just knew something was way up. I told my friend Diana, I was like, call the cops. And I told her in a volume that he heard. So once he had heard that, that's when we saw that we were on the same road. Not the same road, but we were on a road with other cars. And if you guys aren't familiar with like upstate, a lot the roads upstate are like a grid. So it's like up, down, sides. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just super weird. So once I had said that, that's when we were on a road with other cars. But then we noticed he was speeding. Like, the speed limit was like 40. He's going 70. Like, he's mad. And I felt like he was mad because whatever he was trying to do, he failed. Like, I'm convinced we were gonna get kidnapped. My friends were convinced we were about to get kidnapped. Like, he could have easily met up with someone. Like, yeah, it was just not it. What else? And then we also noticed that the road that he took, like the route he took to take us to the house, going back, he took us a completely different way. And that's why I said, like, that's how I know he just wasn't going in the right direction. Like, he was doing some fool shit. But yeah, that's my story time of how I almost got kidnapped at college in an Uber. So be careful. Don't go in Ubers by yourself after a party. Don't be in Ubers by yourself in general. At least between 2 to 3 people. So yeah, that's my craziest story. Okay, so that concludes the college Q&A. This actually ended up turning into a story time. Shit happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comments. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Remember to tell your friends to tell their friends, because it's only going up for here. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you in the next video.